Hi friends, I am Zekiye Alan.
And I am Neriman Demir.
We are sophomores at Yıldız Technical University. We are going to tell a movie named as The Other Boleyn Girl.
The Other Boleyn Girl is a 2008 drama film directed by Justin Chadwick. It's adapted from the 2001 novel of the same name by Philippa Gregory. It's a movie about the lives of the 16th century English aristocrats Mary Boleyn, one time mistress of King Henry VIII, and her sister Queen Anne, who became the monarch's ill-fated second wife. Mary is a married woman who has long blonde hair. She is a very modest woman. Moreover, she is so self-denying that she sacrifices herself in order to make her family gain respect. She becomes a mistress for Henry VIII. When it comes to Anne, she is more attractive and ambitious than her sister. She wants to be the Queen of England. Her only aim is to accede the throne. She is so addictive to her purpose that she even ventures to lose her life for the crown. Mary and Anne are always arguing with each other for the sake of the king.
The story starts with Henry's paying visit to Boleyn family. While visiting the Boleyn estate, Henry sees Anne and is impressed by her. When they go out hunting together, Henry is injured in a hunting accident, indirectly caused by Anne, and then is nursed by Mary. While in her care, Henry becomes smitten with her and invites her to court. With great reluctance, Mary accepts. Meanwhile, Anne is sent to France with the aim of catching the king's attention again. She learns how to deal with and impress men there. In the meantime, Henry starts to be interested in Mary, whom he wants to be his mistress. After a while, it is heard that Mary is waiting for a baby. However, after giving birth to her son, Mary is ignored by the king surprisingly, because of the fact that Henry's attention is attracted by Anne Boleyn, who has come back to England from then on. However, they do not have a smooth relationship. Anne's endless desire for the throne dissolves the love between them. Anne wants Henry to divorce his wife. That's the Queen Catherine. Henry is confused and cannot make up his mind what to do. He doesn't want to make a choice between Anne and his wife. He doesn't want to divorce his wife, but at the same time he loves and wishes Anne in a passionate way. In the end, Henry cannot help wanting love as a physical experience with Anne, and decides to divorce his wife. However, it means something else. It means a religious division. Henry aparts his religion from Roman Catholic Church and accepts Anglicanism as a new sect. It's because in Roman Catholic rules, divorcing your husband or wife is forbidden.
Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn are married eventually, but things go wrong again. Anne gives birth to her daughter, Elizabeth, who will have a great impact on English history and will rule the country for 45 years. Henry gets angry with Anne for the gender of the child. While Anne is pregnant for her second child, she aborts his son. Anne doesn't want Henry to hear this news, as Henry looks forward to having his son in his arms. Anne looks for a resort and tries to convince her brother to have a sexual relationship. While they are talking about it, George's wife hears their conversation and gets surprised. As soon as she comprehends what's going on, she immediately goes to the king and tells what she has heard. Henry, who is extremely furious, gets Anne's brother to execute. It's Anne's turn to be executed. In order to prevent this execution and explain that Anne is innocent and doesn't do anything wrong, Mary goes to talk with the king, Henry, on behalf of Anne. He assures that she will not do anything that makes Mary upset. Nevertheless, Anne is executed with the permission of the king. After Anne's death, Elizabeth is raised by Mary. This is the end of the movie.
If you want to know English history, especially the 16th century in England, you should watch this movie immediately. It gives some important clues about social, political, historical and religious issues in the 16th century in England. The costumes of the characters are authentic and gives the impression that it really reflects the 16th century in England. Actually, the story of the movie is based on real events, which have historical values. The relationships between Henry, Anne, and Mary are given in a detailed way. The way they talk to each other shows their intimacy. For example, Anne and Mary get on very well, but start to argue when it comes to the king. The only thing which apart the sisters from each other is the king.